Another video. Uh, not doing videos for a while, and now doing them back again. Uh, it's been like 3 weeks where I'm doing videos on and off. This week I'm doing them every day. I really can feel the difference, man. I really think it's just expression. It's being able to like take something random and process it. So today's script is we don't experience love when we receive it. We experience love when we give it. When did I think of that? Around May or April of 2024. Uh, what was I going through in May and April 2024? I'm pretty sure family was around. Yeah. So I think one of the struggles is to show love. The bigger struggles. But I'm also pretty sure like I wrote this because I was trying to show love and it wasn't received. But it really didn't matter because it takes a lot for somebody to try to be vulnerable. If you're comfortable with something, it takes away its uniqueness when it comes to you, right? Like, have you seen a friend that's very social, but you're not very social? So it's normal for them to be that way, whilst when it comes to you, it's not really. So for them, it's not unique if he's having a conversation, but for you, it is. And I feel like expressing love, it kind of gets corny at one point when you kind of like expressing love all over the place, because a lot of people are just pure and are just kind of like genuine when it comes to that stuff. What happens uh, is we end up taking them for granted, I guess, or we end up just not believing that that's how they truly are. So in a way, from my perspective, just I mean, wanting that experience, how do we feel when we receive love? I personally don't really trust. Well, receiving love, I actually like I realize it in my mood when I'm receiving it, but there's no way for me to conceptualize it, and I'm not sure if I feel it or not. Because randomly you meet people that are super cool, and there's just like a vibe that kind of clicks anytime you're around them. It's not necessarily like a vibe that's disarming, but more like an I see you vibe. I see how you are vibe. I'm okay with how you are vibe, or I like how you are vibe. Stuff like this. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because probably I'm reflecting on my experiences with love and my experiences with that feeling. But I truly would only understand that feeling when I am actually trying to express it towards somebody, not when it's expressed to me. Maybe that's why the statement is we don't experience love when we receive it. Because from an experience, there's a lot to unload. No, there's a lot to deconstruct. No, there's a lot to destructure in order to be able to understand. why somebody's doing what they're doing. If they're kind of being nice or being cute, good to you. We experience love when we give it simply because we're developing that understanding of why we would want to do something. And surprisingly so, I'm noticing now the difference between the times that I was actually being nice, but also like being nice for selfish reasons, and other times being nice for selfless reasons, and distinguishing between these two being nice, and then being nice because that's the only way I want to be. And I feel like that's when I'm genuinely like showing love, right? So just being nice because that's the only way I want to be. And for some people, it's a chore. For others, it's an effort. But for me, being nice around family is a chore. Being nice around professionals and the people I talk to is more of an effort because I always have to be conscious to like what part of me I allow to escape. So being nice becomes the standard simply because like it just creates that pace. But being nice just because that's all I want it to be feels like it's coming from a place that has nothing to do with me, but the other people kind of like triggered it. And whether I love them directly or I just feel love when I'm around them, that's something probably to debate. But that's the truth behind the experience, isn't it? Actually looking at yourself and seeing yourself actually just interact with that emotion, interact with that feeling, and see the emotions that come out of it and how they basically express themselves. Interacting with that structure, the relationship that you have with yourself, right? Because love is the relationship you have with yourself, or at least uh, uh, for some reason I thought of archery. Uh, anything. The reason I said archery is because anyone could learn how to shoot a bow, but you expressing your relationship with archery is how well you can aim. It's not really about the strength, right? So I think it's the same because like ultimately anytime you're trying to express something, it's a reflection of how you and how that relationship is with yourself. And so that's basically the plateau. Like I have this relationship with myself regarding this thing. So when I want to express it to the other world, it cannot be expressed more than that unless I kind of like consciously express it better for myself in order for me to understand it. And it's probably that's because of the dynamic, like me, myself, and I. Like between me and myself, what kind of relationship do I have when it comes to love, when it comes to friends, when it comes to like loyalty, when it comes to different values, and how I express them is based on that relationship with me. So expressing love, well, again, I'm pointing at love right now just because that's what's written here. Experiencing love is is that expression is the expression of that relationship between you and yourself, and that's why I think it comes out as an experience because you're realizing love from the feelings that it brings out, and the limit of what comes out is that relationship with yourself. So effectively, can we ever expect Can we ever expect love in another way but from ourselves? Can we ever believe other people's love unless it's funny because like there's an article I read about love languages. And ultimately, if somebody wants to show love to another person, they have to show it in the way they would understand, which makes sense given what I'm speaking right now. Because ultimately, I can only experience love through how I give it. And if somebody gives me love that way, then I would actually see it and I would actually feel it and I would actually like, believe it. Anything else means they weren't interested enough to notice how I do things. And I think it's the other way around as well. Because ultimately, when I experience love, I probably will express it. When I express love, I'm probably going to express it the way I would. And if it's not being receptive, I'd actually build that relationship with the other person in a way where I express love the way they do in order for them to notice the love that I'm trying to express, which allows me to reveal how I love myself and to show them how I love them. Because if I truly love them, then I would build that relationship with myself in order to be able to love myself better and good enough for them to see how good I love them to reach that limit. It's a beautiful way of looking at it, man. Why the fuck not, man? Love you guys. It's a video. Woohoo!